Hi guys, this is Cody Sharp. I'm the owner of Sharp Guys Web Design. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that a lot of people have questions about. They want to ask me, how do I get myself to show up on search? And a lot of times they're talking about their company because we all talk like that sometimes. So here is my company, Sharp Guys Web Design, when I search. And there's some different things here going on, and I want to talk to you about them because they're going to be the same things that are going on for your company when you search. Now, one thing is also important to note. What I see is not necessarily what you'll see when you search for the exact same thing. And you may say, Cody, why is that? Well, Google is always trying to provide the most personalized search that they can because they're in the business of making money off ads. Typically, they're making about $20 billion off ads per quarter. And they're showing an ad here, for example. Now, they don't make an ad. They don't make any money off of this ad unless I click on it. And I'm not going to do that to my friends at IMFX. Good people, they showed their ad here because they probably are trying to show up when people search for Indianapolis web design. And my company has the word web design in it, so it makes sense for them to show up here. So down here below, you see the first, what Google would call an organic search result. This is the thing that just naturally happens without anyone paying for it. And the reason it's showing up is because Google's really good at showing what people search for. So that's showing up here. Below this, you see these items. I did not get to select these items, and they are not what I would have liked Google to show. But that doesn't matter because I don't get to choose, and neither will you for your company. In the old days, we used to have the ability to tell Google that we didn't want certain things to show up. We don't really have the ability to do that anymore through any tool that they provide us. So you just kind of roll with the punches on those kinds of things. It doesn't matter anyway because any person searching may see different items here based on their search history. It's important to note that I'm currently not logged in. If I was logged into Google through a Gmail account or through a Google admin account, with my domain, sharpguyswebdesign.com, then they would also have access to my search history, which may influence how these search items show. This is all done on the fly in 0.5 seconds. There's lots of other things going on any normal Google search, and you may also find that this is a completely different look than they have on mobile devices for the same exact term. And that's important because these days about 60% of all searches are being done on mobile devices, and increasingly we even have vocal searches that are being done. And those searches are being done without any screen whatsoever by Alexa and all the other branded versions of that, Siri, etc. What I want to talk to you about here is the things that I do have more control over. So Google changes this regardless of what I choose, based on the search term. What I've chosen for the search for my page, this is the page title, is I believe something like Indianapolis Web Design Company. But they're bringing up Sharp Guys Web Design because somewhere within my page title is the term Sharp Guys Web Design, and that's what the user searched for, so we want to show it to them right here. Google does that automatically. Now, down here below, this is called a meta description. And I also have the ability to do this, set these up individually for each and every single page that Google has listed within the index. Within an index is like the search results. And that's a good thing to do. It's not going to help me show up higher, but what it does allow me to do is if there are words that the user searches for that are included within my meta description, they'll be bolded for free. Up here, these guys are paying to do the same thing. Mine are just coming up and bolding web design for free. So if somebody is searching for web design, they see my bolded term, web design, they're like, wow, that guy must know about that stuff. So that's a good thing to know as well. And then down here below, you see the rest of the search results for companies that have Sharp Guys Web Design listed in some way, shape, or form. But over here on the right is something completely separate. And if you're searching for your company and you're not showing up here, you need to be showing up here. So we need to talk about what this is and how you need to resolve that situation for your own company. This is all pulled from a platform that Google has called Google My Business. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Google My Business is a free application or software where basically it allows for your business to control your hours, your information, your contact details. It allows for people to leave reviews for your company. It allows for you to tell Google what industry you're working with. In this case, you can see we're a website designer in Fishers, Indiana. It also allows for people to ask questions. It also allows for those reviews to be bolded where appropriate as well, and for you to add imagery that goes along with the things that you would like to showcase. So for us, it's showcasing some of the websites that we've done. And for you, it might show some of the projects that you worked for, but you need to upload those items. And if you don't, the bad thing about all of this is that this information will not be there for your company, and they'll likely be pulling in a competitor. Google My Business should be made for every single company. And you'll see the results of Google My Business when, if you're on a mobile device, you go to Maps, it will look like something like this. You'll see multiple businesses. So if I just search for web design, this is what happens by default in Google Maps, right? Something like this. So depending on a mobile device where I am, it's going to show up all these different companies, and then this is a really important way for people to generate leads and also to generate engagement from a visitor to Google. And so this information right here that you see all the time and you're like, how do I get on there? This is all being done through Google My Business. So my number one tip to you, if you're a business and you're not on Google My Business, then get on there. Excuse me. And secondly, make sure, even if you're on there, if this information is somewhat accurate, make sure that you have control, because it's important for you to follow a few steps that Google tells us are important to do. First of all, if someone has left a review, whether it's good or bad, you need to reply to that review. Google tells us that if we reply to reviews, then it shows engagement by the owner. And that's a really important thing for Google. And so those things are important. It's also important for you to upload imagery. Google likes to showcase images that you've worked with, or maybe you're an apartment complex and you want to show some of the different apartments that you rent out. Anything that you think would be beneficial for people to look at, I recommend adding it. So those are some different things that I've talked about today. Again, meta descriptions can be added for each and every page, and I recommend them being unique to each of the pages on your website. This area over here, completely separate, Google My Business, and it is what informs the information that comes up when people search on their mobile devices or they search for your actual business proper name here. Now, the only thing that I will mention is that some companies, what they'd like to do is they'd like to set up their address differently than their real address. You can't do that because Google actually requires a mailed version of a code. They mail it out to you manually. Then you have to enter in that code. So without verifying it, then there's no way for you to show up here with the correct address. So there's a lot of other things to talk about with Google My Business and all this other stuff. If you're interested in your own company being looked at and seeing how things are going on the meta description side, on the page title side, if you have any questions, just please reach out to us. We offer a free audit, and it's a screen capture video just like this, and it'll be either I or one of the other members of the team at Sharp Guys helping you out. So thank you. Hope this video was helpful for you.